All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Run! Go! This is the podcast!
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a podcast?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and podcast. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey everyone, welcome to Get to the Podcast. That's Get to the Podcast with the number 2. My name is Diego D'Souza.
I'm Nick Gambino.
And I'm Neil Carson.
And let's get to it.
Yeah.
To it, like number 2.
With number 2, I had to do something different because it is the 100th episode, which
It's
crazy.
Are you? I cannot
bananas.
believe this is the 100th episode.
Yeah.
100th
How
episode.
have we lived this long?
How the fuck?
How you guys?
How
live this
have
long?
we hung out this long?
How have I not murdered you?
That's true.
On air.
Diego, how has he not murdered you?
I don't know, dude.
That is true. How have I
Can't
not
catch
murdered
this
you?
motherfucker. I'm Brazilian
Oh, that's true.
and resilient.
That's true.
Oh wow.
I can keep rhyming,
Resilient.
Time it out.
The resilient
On
fill it
time.
out, because I can kill it.
We're on the
When I
100th
will it
episode.
and chill it, because
We-
I deal it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Calm down now.
Yeah, I'm getting psyched.
You're gonna make me want to start rhyming, and I can't do it. All right. So we got the drinks in our hands.
Drinks in our hand.
We do
Okay.
have-
we-
You guys already
we're-
ate. I didn't eat, so I
Yeah.
have my food right
usually,
here. So.
Usually we record in the morning, but we were like, let's bring some drinks into it. It's the 100th episode. We should make
Yeah.
it celebratory.
It is a
Let's
celebratory.
celebrate. And we were like, we're not going to drink hard liquor at 9 in the morning. I wasn't totally opposed to the idea, but
Yeah, no, that wouldn't bother me.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was Diego, actually.
Was that during your AA meeting or after?
It was during, actually.
During, actually.
Anyway, so I'm fine with it. We're doing an afternoon show.
Yeah.
And we're drinking. We've got, we're actually videoing it. We may or may not release that video depending on how it comes out quality-wise. We don't usually video our podcast.
Yeah.
We kind of
Yeah.
threw that together at the last second. But we've actually never even really taken a picture in here.
No,
So we've
no,
never
we
really
haven't.
seen
And there's
what
a snowstorm today.
It's snowing
And
right
snow-
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's snowing right now.
It's
yeah.
snowing
like
right now. This is perfect.
5 to 7 inches
Yeah.
or something.
So what do we got in this episode, guys? This is going to be interesting. We actually don't know what this episode's going to be.
We
don't.
went through so many texts and so many phone calls trying to figure out what the hell we were going to
We
do.
did. Sure did.
Yeah.
And then we
So-
locked it down where we're gonna call some homies with
They're-
some other,
or they'll call us.
or they're gonna call us. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have to. Yeah. No.
They'll call us or we'll call them. Either way, we're going to connect on the phone.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't figured it out yet. No, I'm just kidding.
We're
and
just
they
winging
just
it.
and they just gonna ask us whatever they want. We don't know what the questions is.
Yep.
I'm gonna get caught up on this shit. I'm gonna get fucking pissed off.
Yeah, this is a listener and
Yeah.
friend generated episode.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
going to be created by the 3 guests we have coming on at different points in this episode. They're going to be calling in, or again,
Yeah.
we're going to call them, and we're going to see what they're prepping something. We don't know what they're prepping individually. They're going to be on at different times.
Yes.
They're going to hit us with a question, or they're going to berate us endlessly.
Yes.
For 15, 20 minutes. We don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll hit us with something. I don't know. But we
I don't
told them
know.
this. Don't tell us. We don't want to be prepared. We want to just kind of roll with it.
Exactly,
As it comes.
First person.
First person. So
Spaceship.
yeah, do we have
Love
him?
this guy.
Is he ready to call in?
He is ready to call in. I will text him, let him know that he can call in.
I'll tell him right now. It's done.
Stop sending
I
dirty
already did it.
pictures.
It's already done.
Oh, okay.
I texted him. He's ready.
Okay.
He's ready.
He's getting multiple.
Yeah. So this guy, this Spaceship, we've had him on the episode before. I
Yeah.
think we had him episode 50. We
Yeah.
were doing
something
music.
like that,
Oh no,
yeah.
we weren't doing music. It was movies that we love, other people
Here it is.
hate.
Here it is.
Let's
Here
see.
it is.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Spaceship. What
It
is going on?
Hopefully you can hear us. We're going to be doing about 15, 20 minutes with you. I know you're actually at a film festival right now, right?
That's correct. Yeah, we're at the Dunedin International Film Festival. We have a few films that are showing here. Some are directed by myself, and more than that are directed by my wife, Cora. So we're pretty excited. One of them is Names on the Wall, which is
I've heard of that one. I've heard of that
Nick's
one. Yeah.
film.
Yeah, I've heard of
Yeah.
it. It's a pretty solid film, I hear.
I heard you had a lot of issue with the
I hear-
writer.
I've not heard that. You'll have to talk to the writer about that.
All right, Diego, it's the 100th episode. Don't be an asshole. Jesus, it's supposed to be celebratory. So, Spaceship, we may or may not be a little bit tipsy. We have a couple drinks in our hands. That's just
Gotcha.
it's a celebration episode, and so we kind of we introed the episode, letting them know that whoever calls in is going to have things we don't know. Like, we don't know what you're going to say, we don't know what you're going to ask, and so we're gonna turn it over to you. And this is a listener and friends generated episode. It's gonna be the content of this episode is gonna be generated by you.
This is what shuts
So
down. businesses.
We're excited.
Cool.
Good. So what do you want to talk about? What do you want to ask us? What do you want to say to us? It could be reverent. You could start just throwing platitudes at us and compliments, or you could just start berating us for a straight 20 minutes about how terrible we are and how wrong we are and everything. Whatever you want.
No, I will kick off with the platitudes. Congratulations on your 100th show. I've been listening from the middle, and then I started from the beginning, and I've gone through all 99 previous shows. So it's been cool to like hear the growth of the show in a way, and all the different topics you've covered. And I just want to say again, just a big congrats to you, Nick, and Tiago and Neil for getting to this point, and for having me on. I'm humbled. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
It's gonna tears.
I don't know how we got here. I'm confused.
Yeah.
You're confused how we got here?
We are still alive. Yeah.
How we haven't killed each other. Yeah.
Right. It's like the how long marriage can last. We always ask people who are married longer than us. My wife and I, we say, "What's the secret to a long marriage?" And they say, the best one we've ever heard was, "Don't leave."
Right.
As long as you guys just as long as you guys stick together.
It's true.
And that's the main thing.
That's
true. The most important thing.
And on that, we want to announce this is the end of Get to the Podcast. This is our last episode.
Yeah, I've learned that. I do the let your wife always be right. So I technically don't argue too much with Nick.
Wow. Not too much. Too much.
Yeah.
I'm actually the argumentative one. I'm the one that wants to get in his face. That's just me.
I love it though.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's part of it.
That's part of the appeal of the show is you've got your sort of established personalities where Tiago and Nick go at it, and then sort of Neil just sort of sits back and lets the whole thing go up in flames.
That's true.
Yeah. Though he says some fucking shady shit sometimes. I'm like, what is this guy saying? He's insane.
Here's the thing about
Yeah.
Neil.
You're insane. Yes.
Neil, here's what I laugh at all the time when it comes to Neil is the fact that he always starts the podcast when we're ending it, because he's done all his research through the podcast,
Right.
and he's ready 10 minutes left. He's like, all right, guys, I got it.
Yeah.
So I've been looking this up for the last 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes every time. I
Every time.
always have 100 things I want to say right when we're about to. Tiego's like, all right, we got 5 minutes left, and I'm like, oh man, I better start saying all this stuff I've been putting in the queue in my mind. And then I never get to say it all.
We should
But
just
that's
write
all
it
right.
all down.
How about this for my topic, if you will? How about if we have Neil jump in first, and then if it seems to falter for any reason, Nick and Tiago, you just bring up the rear. How about that?
There you
Oh,
go.
I love bringing up the rear. You just said the magic words.
So I'll get right into it. So a little preamble. My wife and I were trying to figure out what to watch for New Year's Eve. It was just the two of us. We were just spending a night, at home, and that's, we wanted to watch a movie. So we're like, well, what should we watch? There's the meme that's about Forrest Gump, and if you start it at a certain time in the evening, like around 10:30 or so, and it plays to the scene with Lieutenant Dan, and they're at the bar, and he's already in the wheelchair, and it counts down to midnight.
They're watching
and
the
he's
ball on
totally
the TV.
depressed. Yeah, and it's New Year's. So it hits New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, right there at that scene. So, but then we were like, maybe we shouldn't watch a movie like Forrest Gump. What else can we watch? Okay, my wife wasn't really interested in that. So we watched another movie, or should I say movies, directed by Robert Zemeckis, same director as Forrest Gump, and it was the Back to the Future trilogy.
Oh.
So I kind of want to. In listening to the podcast, I've not really. I mean, we've talked in maybe the Blockbusters episodes, or maybe in one or two one-off things. We'll talk about it in short. But I wonder if we could really just grapple with how great a movie that first one is, and arguably either how brilliant the second one and maybe the third one is, or just where they failed or where they succeeded, and just the challenges of creating a trilogy when in fact it was created initially as a standalone film, and then they saw a marketing opportunity to get those second and third movies out there as quick as they could in quick succession, kind of like with some other properties like the Matrix films, which we've talked about.
Right.
In fact, that was the last podcast I was on. We talked about the Matrix films, and it was such a good standalone movie, but there were more possibilities for stories, and they just arguably created either good, decent movies or just really terrible movies that people didn't like. It divided people, in other words. So I wonder if we could just talk about Back to the Future, the trilogy, and where they succeeded, where they didn't, and then maybe just also go into the idea of sequelitis. We have way too many sequels, the need for further movies to tell the story, when in fact it can be just a standalone story. I don't know that we need a sequel to Unbreakable 20 years later.
Amen, brother.
No. Well, first,
Amen.
I think that's
This guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
well,
think
from the
about
guy
it.
who loves
Think
All
about
Creed
it.
right,
too.
calm down.
Every
Creed 2
film
is like Rocky 8.
every film needs to be sponged these days.
No, hold on.
That's true.
Back up to the Back to the Future real quick, because we don't have Spaceship for too long, so I want to be able to roll. We can't do 45 minutes with each guy. All right, so let's do it. First, I want to say this.
Rapid fire.
Yeah, rapid fire. So I just want to say this real quick. We are videoing this podcast. We may or may not release it depending on how it comes out. But right now, I'm wearing a Back to the Future shirt. I have a Back to the Future DeLorean from Back to the Future 2 car. Big-ass car that makes sounds. If I push the button, lights up in front of me. And I've got a Back to the Future original poster right above me. So
Where did you get that car?
Oh, well, you gave it to me for Christmas.
If release it or not,
2
we'll
years
send it
ago.
to you.
So it's funny that you bring that up, and I'm surrounded by Back to the Future right now.
You actually are sitting right next to the poster.
Yeah, so he
that's
said
true.
Neil take it up, but I have a lot to say about everything he just said. But you go ahead, because he wanted you to start. But we have to do it rapid fire because we can't spend forever on this, and he's got to go soon.
Yeah, no. The Back to the Future films are they're incredible. They would be in my top. It's hard. It's
20,
hard with the
20,
top
10.
20, definitely top 20. And I'm one of the. I didn't know this. I just assumed everybody loved the second and third. But I've met people that were not huge fans of the second and third Back to the Future. And to me, when I saw them as a kid, I was blown away by the second film with the hoverboard and the third film, the Wild West. I got into westerns because of Back to the Future 3. I just wasn't. It wasn't my thing. So, and the first film is just It's like in many ways, it's like a perfect film. It's funny that you brought it Back to the Future because me and Nick watched It's a Wonderful Life recently.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a Back to the Future 2 moment when he at the end of the
Yep,
film when he goes
I
back.
thought
And
the same
Bedford
thing.
Falls. When
Yeah.
he goes to Bedford Falls, and it's all casinos and just kind of everything's gone to shit. And it's a Biff.
it's a Biff moment.
Biff
yeah.
moment. It's like-
yeah.
it's
what's his
tot-
name? God, what is the bad guy's name?
Potter,
in the movie?
Potter.
Mr. Potter. He's becomes the Biff of the town
Yeah.
or whatever. He runs everything.
Yeah. Well, I think that 2 and 3, yes, they were not forced to do these sequels, but they had not planned it. And that tag on the end of the first one where he's like, we got to go back to the future. We have to go to the future now. Right? That whole
Right.
scene at the end with the Mr. Fusion.
He says
the
it's
garbage.
your kids, right?
It's your kids.
Something's got to be done about your kids.
Yeah,
They just
exactly.
made that up on the fly.
Yes.
It was like, well, let's
So-
just do a crazy ending.
But what they did was, and I think probably because this was early on in Zemeckis' directing career, I think what they ended up, he probably learned from that. Don't paint yourself into a goddamn corner, because then he was forced to do when he had to do a sequel, he had to address what occurred at the end of that first movie.
Yeah.
And I think if
Right.
it hadn't been put into the movie, he may have had a little more freedom. Now, I loved what they did with 2. And a lot of the references made about Back to the Future that people do, like Back to the Future Day and the sneakers that lace up, self-lacing sneakers and Jaws 19 done by Max Spielberg. All these references that people do, Pepsi Perfect, that's all from the second movie.
And Elijah Wood's in the second movie.
Elijah Wood's
randomly,
in it, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh
So
my gosh, I totally
I
forgot that.
I love that second one, and the third one, and second and third were done back to back. So they are really one movie, and you had to go to the Wild West. You had to go to the Wild West because you don't want to go to the Roman era. You don't want to see them at the birth of Jesus. That's ridiculous. But what's the most?
They did that in the animated series. Remember
They
the
did a lot of
cartoon?
shit.
They went all over the
Dinosaurs
place.
and
That wasn't a bad animated series, so.
They had comics too. I read the
Yeah.
comics, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like what they did with the second and third one. I think they do get progressively worse, but that's a relative term because the first one movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
First one was 85, second one was 89, third one was 1990, and but they're all supposed to take place in 85. I think they're pretty solid. I love those movies.
For me, I will say, like, one of my favorite moments is the end of the second one where, the Doc is in the storm and he's like swirling around and the DeLorean gets struck by lightning and it disappears and Marty's just sitting there like devastated. And the music's like heavy.
The rain starts.
Yeah, and then the Western Union guy like rolls up and he's like, "Are you Marty McFly?" And then like he's like, "Yeah," and he comes over and
I've got something for you. And he reaches into his coat.
He gives him
A
like
letter.
a letter. And then he tells him like everybody for like the last 100 years or whatever have been like, I think it was 100 years, right? It was like 1885.
1885.
Yeah.
So 70 years. 70 years.
70 years, yeah. I've been like betting on whether or not somebody would actually be there to receive the letter. And he opens it and he's like, "The Doc's a lot." Like I just love that. And then he goes back, to the,
Yeah, and he goes, "Is there anything I can do to help you, kid?"
Yeah.
There's only one man that can help me.
And then they recap essentially the end of Back to the Future Part 1.
Yes.
Because that's happening while this is happening.
I love
great.
the looping and the crazy
The
layers.
layers.
Where he almost runs into himself. I love all that. I love all that.
I'll say this. I think the great thing about Back to the Future, it was just an incredible story. And
Totally.
it was great that they did 2 and 3, even though it dwindled down in quality and the last one wasn't as good as the first one. Yada. It was a great adventure. I would love to watch those. If they re-put it out in the theaters, I would love to go see it in
Yeah,
theaters
I would
again.
see it in theaters
All three
again,
of them. It's just an adventure. It's like those films. It's like Lord of the Rings. They weren't all like really that great.
Yes, they were.
Well,
crazy.
The second one, the Two Towers wasn't as good as the first and the second one, but you still.
Wow.
Listen, you still loved it. You still loved it.
We don't have time
because
for
of the
tangents.
stories.
The first one is
and
my favorite,
yeah,
but
is it?
I
The
see what
last
you're
one's my
saying.
favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people love.
Yeah, and this is not me saying that the middle one was bad at all.
Yeah.
So and that's what I feel about Back to the Future. I think the film has these characters that you fall in love with and you want to follow and you want to see more of. I would have loved to see them like turn it into a series and see what they did with that.
Yeah.
Because it can go anywhere. It's like what was that old show? The guy that used to go travel through time.
Quantum Leap.
Quantum
Quantum
Leap.
Leap?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think they
you know what I'm
could've-
talking
Yeah,
about.
I got you. Yeah, it would have been great to see that. So
Agreed. Well,
take a drink.
hopefully that did something for you. Hopefully you agreed.
Yeah. I think the way I would end this, I think since we're all in general agreement, to reiterate, I think it's what people say about the films. I enjoyed watching 2 and 3. I feel like they really did add, and a lot of what we think of in terms of Back to the Future is because of the second film. A lot of what happens in the second film is still what we closely associate with the franchise, the hoverboard, the celebrating like Back to the Future Day and all that. Yeah, it's so closely tied. There's no way you can really tear them apart from each other. The third one, it's arguable, but it works together as a whole. But I will say the first film, nearly perfect movie. There's no film I can think of that is a time travel, sci-fi, adventure, comedy, action, period piece, romance, like all the different genres together that it has an equal foot in all these different.
Yeah.
A lot of movies that come out nowadays they can't even do good at 2 or 3 of those.
Right.
And it does well. It checks off all the boxes. And in some ways, it's an underrated film just because people think it's a blockbuster.
Right.
And I think blockbusters, you do have to encompass a lot of those fields. But Michael J. Fox, such an underrated actor because we so associate him with the characters he plays. We think, Marty McFly or Alex Keaton from Family Ties. But such great acting, and I think and their chemistry between Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox is just It's like one of the greatest buddy movies of all time.
Totally.
I,
Have you ever read the screenplay to Back to the Future?
I actually did. It's been a while. I was going through this time where I was reading screenplays while watching the film, and I do recall because it's written by Bob Gale, correct?
Yeah, Bob Gale. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just wanted to mention the point where the car, the awesome DeLorean, was originally a refrigerator time machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
What's
crazy?
Another thing that's interesting is I don't know what his first name is, but the inventor of the DeLorean before he passed away actually wrote a letter to Bob Gale thanking him for using the DeLorean as
making
the
it
time
cool
machine
again. Yeah.
in that film because he.
Wow.
I mean, there was all this controversy over what happened with the DeLorean thing with the FBI and all that stuff, but like he in his mind, like his whole business had failed. The cars were gonna. end up in scrap yards. And then he sees this movie, Back to the Future, that becomes this worldwide hit where, it kind of revived. And even today, you can still go and buy newly manufactured DeLoreans. There's a company out there that actually makes DeLoreans, and it's a result of Back to the Future.
That's crazy.
I think that's pretty cool.
All right, well, you got to go, but we appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, man.
You're a big friend of the show. We appreciate you, and thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in.
And thank you for what you do, man.
Thanks for the intro, by the way. We forgot to acknowledge that you
Yeah.
are the person who created the remix intro
That's it. I was
now at the
going
beginning
into.
of our show.
My pleasure, guys. You guys have a good one, and congrats again. Can't wait to listen to this when it comes out.
Absolutely. All
All
right,
right,
man.
man.
Thanks, man.
All right, be good, guys.
You too.
Talk to you later.
He says be good like what's actually going to be possible. Like, I can't be good. People have been telling me that my whole life.
Did he just like Jedi us?
Did he just tell me to be good? No,
good.
call him back. Get him back on the phone. All right, so we're going to go into, I think we got the next guy coming soon. It's going to be Tony the Movie Guy.
Yeah.
He's a friend of the show. He's got his own podcast.
He actually had his movie podcast was #1 for
a couple different times on
couple
iTunes,
different
right?
times, yeah,
in,
yeah.
in the
I was
TV and
excited,
film
yeah.
category. Yeah, it's a great podcast. I love it.
I used to get on his verses all the time on Facebook. I just don't get on social media anymore as much.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. Social
think it's
media
a
and me
trend.
just
I
kind of
think a
said
lot of people
we need a
are-
break from each other.
Yeah.
Let's just give away from a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love his verses. It's very controversial. It's very good, and I love going in there and seeing what people are saying, what he's saying, everything. I miss doing that. So, but I need to get back on that. So
Yeah. But he's a great guy.
Great guy,
He's
yeah.
a Brit, So we're gonna get a little.
Yeah, my
Meaning he's
brother
a great
was on
guy.
the show.
Yeah, Aaron was on a show,
Yeah, my
mentioned our
brother,
podcast.
yeah.
That's actually how we linked up with him, was through your brother, Aaron.
Yeah.
He was on the show doing DC movies, I think. And then
I got a call.
let's see.
I got a call.
I think he's calling in. Let's see.
Thank you for calling Blockbuster. This is Diego speaking. How may I help you?
Hey, Diego.
Hey, Tony!
How's it going, gentlemen?
Good,
It is going
good.
great. How are you, man?
Not too shabby.
So we've been talking you up a little bit, kind of telling a little bit of who you are. But we talked about you before on the show. But if you want to just take a second just to describe your own podcast, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, gentlemen, and congratulations on 100 episodes.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna
that's
kill each
cool.
other at the end of this episode. It's a suicide pact.
Last
100
episode.
episodes and we're done.
Wait, I didn't sign
Well,
up for that. I
No,
don't
you
know.
know, it's a murder
That's
suicide.
That's kind of what sets you guys apart, though. I got to tell you.
the murder, or the suicide.
We started with 5 people, actually.
That's true.
No, what I love. I mean, look, I've binged your entire podcast, so I'll plug you guys first, and then I'll plug my own podcast. But your podcast is one of my go-tos, and there's thousands of movie podcasts out there. Just like mine, just like yours. So I always strive to try and kind of do something a bit different than everyone else's. So the one thing I think I do that others don't kind of do is like a deep dive on one topic.
Yeah.
And the one thing I think really sets you guys apart is your crazy tangents off the topic, which just crack me up every single time. Sometimes I'm 30 minutes in on an episode. I'm like, they haven't even begun talking about the actual subject.
That literally just happened like 20 minutes ago. We were talking about Back to the Future, and then we started going up. We were about to go into a severe debate about Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like, it had nothing to do with Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, so personally, from me to you, don't change that, because that really sets you guys apart, But I mean, I've been doing a podcast too for about a year and a half now. Tony the Movie Guy,
awesome.
the podcast. It's pretty clean. I think we're on like 66 episodes.
Awesome.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, the great thing about the podcast platform, which I think you guys will agree with, is I'm a screenwriter too. I live in Hollywood, but it's so freeing to have something that's just completely your own. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
That you can just create on and make your own. And that's what I love about the podcast. I'm able to just completely create on it. So, I mean, anyone can check it out. It's on iTunes. But otherwise, I'm just here to entertain.
Yeah.
There you
And do
go.
whatever you guys want.
And you have to check out his verses on Facebook. I love his verses on Facebook because it's always conversational. You can always get into, like, you see people just engaging and getting into conversations, getting into little debates, just going at it, and I love it.
Well, I've told you, sometimes I absolutely fucking refuse to answer because I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna. No, absolutely not.
Not gonna choose.
He's
Yeah,
like,
sometimes
he's like
it's
your
too
mother or
hard.
your father. Which one do you love? I'm like, well, why don't you just go fuck yourself right now? Because there's no way I'm answering this.
Yeah, so they're talking about the movie polls. So on
Yeah.
Facebook, every week I do movie polls, which are pretty popular. But yeah, it also drives people crazy. It breaks a lot of friendships.
I went to counseling for a while.
Yeah, I don't just believe it, man. Anyway, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love doing it. I think we'll keep going. I love your guys' podcast, and what I prepared was some movie trivia.
I love it because
Asshole.
Diego hates trivia.
I hate trivia. That's not my knowledge. I'm not
Good.
Like remember names.
Great.
But I am the technical guy that, as we just seen,
this
as
is
we
true.
just saw.
This is
If
true.
something goes wrong, this motherfucker will find out how to fix it and figure it out. That's my knowledge.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
make
say
things
Nick
happen.
is more of the trivia
Nick
guy.
is
Like
the
he
trivia, so
tends
we're
to
gonna
retain
go-
a
So,
lot of
I'm going to
interesting
I'm going to
information.
tank whatever he has prepared for us. So don't big me up. Don't big me because I'm like 3 drinks in right
hit
now.
us with the softball questions first. the
Tony,
easy
this
ones.
is a celebratory podcast. We've got a few drinks going.
We do.
Diego's been making his signature Brazilian drinks. I don't even know what this alcohol is
Caipirinha.
called. Caipirinha?
All right, let's just leave it
Capa-
at that.
If I wasn't on a hardcore keto diet, I'd be having a whiskey with you right now. But, you guys deserve a drink. Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you as well. Nick and I are kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
The other guys, your guys' choices are always, I find, so adorable. You know,
I love that.
you know, so I know that sounds.
Thanks for coming.
And we all have. Well, here's the thing, and that's the great thing about movies. It's totally subjective,
Yes.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
everyone. I find it always so funny how offended people can get sometimes. It's just everyone has what they like, which is why there's thousands of movies.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
the great thing about films is that when people like have different opinions on it, it's an extension of the creativity from the film,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
I would rather have a debate over my film than people going, I don't even know what happened in that film, or I don't
Yeah,
remember.
like here's a perfect example. Neil's brother, his favorite movie of all time is Batman Returns.
Yeah.
What?
Also, his favorite drug of choice is crack cocaine. So
I believe that. No, but let me tell you something.
There
I
we
never
go.
liked that. I never liked that movie.
Really?
And he came on my podcast like a year ago, and it was just hilarious hearing him defend and gush his love and devotion of that movie for like an hour straight. I watched it afterwards, and my appreciation for the film shot out the roof.
totally.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, so
That's
it's just
awesome.
a funny thing. But anyway, stop stalling, guys. Are you ready for some trivia?
Let's do
bring
it.
it.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it. We're
We've
ready.
never done
Okay.
trivia on the podcast yet. We've been meaning to for a long time, actually.
All right, well, this will be fun. Anyway, I tried to mix it up a bit, and also we've got the Oscars coming, so you'll see it's a little Oscar-centric.
Okay.
But let's see how you guys do. And we'll do it as a kind of speed round, because I know we don't have a lot of time.
Sounds great.
So we'll try not to linger on it for too long. All right, good. Here's the first question. Oh, why don't we do this? Does someone have a pen and paper?
I actually do.
Diego.
Write each person's name down, so you get a point for who gets
How the
it
fuck?
right.
How prepared
Are we
you?
buzzing? Are we
How
buzzing?
prepared
are
Like, how do
you?
we?
Hey, I'm a host, man. It needs
This
to be a
guy.
competition. It needs to be a competition, or what's the point?
This guy. Oh my gosh.
Tony, he's texting me the answers, by the way, guys.
yeah.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Well, I got the pen and paper, so I know who wins.
I didn't even know he was doing this, honestly. I had no
All right.
idea.
I love it.
Yeah, he
Let's do
didn't.
it.
He didn't. All right, be quiet and take a drink.
I've taken 40. I'm good.
Okay, good. Here's the first question. Which actress has received the most Oscar nominations?
Meryl Streep.
Can I buzz in?
Are we buzzing or
You
just
get
yelling?
one.
So he's saying
I
Meryl
saw-
Streep?
Whoever said Meryl Streep gets 1 point.
So are we yelling it?
You're
We're
yelling it.
Yeah.
We're yelling
I
it.
had it. I was doing the invisible buzzer.
Nick was trying to be proper and like buzz in. I just yelled it.
Hold on. Whoever says it first gets the point.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, so
okay.
I'll take our. I gave everybody
right.
a point
Did
because
you know- did
everybody.
you think
No,
that?
yeah, totally.
So I'm gonna take
Give it to
our
Neil. No,
points
give it to
out.
Neil. Give it to Neil.
It's the only point I'm gonna get.
I'm going to reel this in, or we're going to be here all
All
day.
right,
I
do
love
it. Do it.
Go
Give
ahead,
it to
go
Neil.
ahead.
Give it to Neil.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Bonus point if you can say how many.
7.
How
Not
many
even
nominations?
14.
How many nominations?
Oh,
has Meryl
nomination.
Streep gotten?
Oh, shit.
I feel like it's a lot. Like it's
That's
like
a
in
lot.
like 18 or something.
All.
14.
Does anyone want to guess?
14.
7.
No.
No.
18.
All right. We're gonna move on. It's 21.
I knew. Yeah, it was
Damn
something.
it.
I was thinking like
14 is
in
the
the 20s,
new
yeah.
21. Okay, so all right, let's go.
Nah. Next question.
Yeah.
Which actor has received the most Oscar nominations?
Jim Carrey.
Shut up. All right, hold on. He's out.
Because he's dreaming of his third one.
He's serious.
This is hard.
Nah.
I want to
Come on.
say
James Cagney? I don't know.
no. It would be a more recent actor.
Yeah.
What actor? I want to
Ooh.
say like just nominations, not wins. I want to say like
Nominated.
Yeah. This is just nominations. We're gonna get to wins. Don't worry.
shit. I feel like
Not
I want to say DiCaprio, but I know that's not right.
No, it's not
All right.
DiCaprio.
Bah! We're gonna move on.
Who was it?
It's Jack Nicholson.
Oh, son of a... Ugh.
All right. Next question. What's the actress who has the most wins for Oscar awards?
Meryl Streep.
It's not Meryl.
Katharine Hepburn.
It's not Meryl.
You got it. Who said Katharine Hepburn?
Nick
Nick
Oh.
did. Yeah, I knew it wasn't Meryl. I just didn't know who.
Everyone thinks it's Meryl Streep.
No, she's the
It's
most
not.
nominations, and
Yeah,
Katharine
that's
Hepburn's
right.
the most wins.
Yeah.
I feel like Meryl
Katharine
Streep gets
Hepburn.
nominated every year. Like
Oh,
every
she does.
Yeah, she does.
She does. She has an ungodly amount of nominations. It's
Ridiculous.
Except this
Yeah.
year, which was Glenn Close.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh.
and I love Glenn Close, man. Okay, so hold on. Bonus point. How many wins has Katharine Hepburn got?
4.
4.
He
I-
said 4 first.
I said
we
first.
were both
I
saying it
said
at the same
first.
time.
You got the point.
Garrett
You
said
got the
Diego
point.
said it
Oh,
first.
by the way, Diego,
Yes.
you're my guy on the ground there in terms of who gets the point.
I got it.
Make sure he's not looking at IMDb. This fucking guy has a computer in front of him. Fuck this guy.
Okay, Google. No, I'm just
All
kidding.
right, guys, you're celebrating 100 episodes. Be nice. Drink, hug one another.
I get angry when I
Let
drink.
me see what we got here. Because I want to get all these questions in. Okay, good. Yeah. So by the way, Meryl Streep has 3 wins.
Oh,
Just as
okay.
a fun fact.
Yeah.
Katharine
Well, you could have asked
Hepburn
that, and
has
I would have
4.
answered that properly. Shit.
All right. Okay, good. So, which actor has the most wins in Oscars?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
No.
Most wins, you said, right?
Most
in
wins,
Oscars?
yeah. It's not
Most
Daniel.
wins. Yep, you got it. Who's the person who said DDL?
I did. Nick
Nick
Daniel
did.
Day-Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get half a point. The answer, just so we can move along, is actually a tie. Daniel Day-Lewis at 3 and Jack Nicholson at 3.
Interesting.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
I'm supposed to give him half a point?
Yeah, motherfucker. I have a point.
Wait, so how many?
Whatever. All right, now what
He's
about
winning by
nominations?
half.
What now? About what nominations? The most nominations?
Yeah, which actor has the most nominations?
Denzel
We haven't got
Washington.
all
I
day
don't-
here,
I have
guys.
no clue.
I want to say. Spencer Tracy. I'm gonna go outside the box. It's definitely not Spencer Tracy.
No, it's
Jack
not.
Nicholson.
All right,
It's Jack Nicholson.
We'll move on, but I'll tell you, it's Jack Nicholson at 12.
Yeah, I just wanted
Wow.
to say Spencer Tracy at least once in this trivia.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
you ready for the next
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right, here we go. What is the highest grossing movie of all time?
Avatar.
Uh,
Simultaneous.
Good. One point.
Neil
One
and Nick
point.
said it simultaneous. That was
That
simultaneous.
was very
was
simultaneous.
Good.
I don't know how to
Then
call it.
Diego, if that's true, you can give him a point each. You
All
are
right,
cool,
cool,
my
cool.
friend.
All right, cool.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Next question for bonus. How much did it make? Because you're right. It's
1.5 billion. 1.5 billion.
No,
Over
Avatar.
1.34
not even
billion.
close.
over
Not
$2
even
billion.
close.
Oh yeah, 2.1 billion.
That's too
Nope.
late.
But I'll
1.4.
tell you.
I just looked it
I'll
up
tell you.
literally an hour and a half ago because I was just randomly talking about billionaire fucking directors.
Go ahead.
Because James Wu.
Don't test me when it comes to movie trivia. I know I'm going to sound obnoxious as fuck, but I have like a photographic memory.
Nice.
2.7 billion.
Wow.
Check it out.
Nice.
Well, I
Wow.
said
All
over
right.
2 billion, so
All
basically.
right.
You don't get
No,
anything.
we're not rounding it out.
Oh.
It's right to run. But
All
hold
right.
on, I'm going to give you
More than
another
a dollar.
bonus point for you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you name the top 3 highest grossing movies of all time? You got the first one, which is Avatar.
It's changed.
So this
Yeah,
isn't that
yeah.
It's
hard.
changed.
Fuck. Avatar.
Titanic.
It used to be
I don't
Avatar,
think-
Titanic.
No.
I don't think Titanic.
No, I
And
don't
Aquaman.
think
Avatar, Titanic, and Aquaman.
No.
Aquaman. It's getting close. It's getting close. It's over $1 billion now.
I would say Avatar,
Avatar,
Infinity War,
And Titanic.
and I don't think Titanic's up there. I think Titanic just did.
Titanic used to be number 2.
I already said yes on Titanic.
It has to
So
be.
you're
Oh,
right.
you
I know.
did say yes.
They used to be
Okay.
in 1 and 2 spots. It
Titanic,
has to be.
Infinity
Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2.
Titanic, Infinity Wars, and
Avatar.
I got too many
Yeah,
drinks in me.
Titanic,
Yeah.
Infinity War, Avatar.
All right. I'm going to
two.
move on. No,
What?
no one gets an extra point there. It's Avatar at 2.7 billion, Titanic at 2.1 billion, and Star Wars: The Force Awakens at
Oh, yeah, makes
2.05
sense.
billion.
Oh wow, wow! Titanic.
All
made
right, then
way
you did
more than I
okay.
thought.
You did okay. All right, you ready?
ready.
Yeah.
All right, which movie? I'm going to do another Oscar-related one because the Oscars are coming up. Which movie, actually, or which movies have won the most?
Return to King,
Oscars
Lord of the Rings.
ever?
Lord of the Rings series.
I did not hear what you said.
He got it.
I said, which movie has won the most Oscars ever? And that was Diego.
Yeah,
right?
we know that. Yeah, that was Return to
You-
You fucking
you-
asshole.
all right, hold on.
Because I didn't
Hold
even let
on.
him finish the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh my God, guys! Anyway,
They're
you're
like
right. You get
children.
a point. You get a point. Return of the King, Lord of the Rings won 11 Oscars, but
Titanic and Ben-Hur.
it's
Titanic
one
and
of
Ben-Hur.
3 films.
Titanic and Ben-Hur
my
are the other
God.
2.
Can I ask my
No, Titanic and Ben-Hur also won 11. I win.
He's right.
Thank you. I know this fucking answer. God damn it.
Yeah.
I have too many
Yeah,
drinks.
This is the
I
most
know,
nominations?
You're taking my
Wait.
glory.
I'm sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let him have
All
his
right,
glory.
Have your glory,
got-
Tony.
Hold on, he gets an extra point though for that. That's good.
Nice. That's 2 films.
Yeah,
I remember.
Titanic, Return of the King, and Ben-Hur are the 3 films to have won 11 Oscars.
Nice.
All right, next one. Here's something a little bit different. This is a fun fact trivia question.
Okay.
Who was originally cast as Indiana Jones?
Tom
Tom
Selleck.
Selleck. Tom Selleck.
I said it.
No,
That's
yeah.
right. You
Yeah.
you all get
You
a
said it.
point. You're all a
No,
winner.
no.
You
No,
guys-
I wasn't in
said
this.
it well before.
No. He did.
everyone
He did.
else.
Yeah,
Get
Neil said it
over it.
before
He
Nick.
got it by half a second, maybe.
Neil said it before Nick, so he gets the point.
Feels
All right,
good.
Diego, you're the guy. I trust you. All right, here's the next one. This is pretty easy. What was the first movie ever given the official blockbuster title?
Oh,
Oh,
Jaws.
shit.
Jaws.
You got it.
Oh, I didn't
Jaws.
know that.
Star Wars is the second, yeah.
Yeah.
Bonus question. What was the shark
Bruce.
named?
Bruce.
Who said that?
I did. Nick did.
You got a point.
He didn't even. Oh.
You got Tom
Did I
Selleck.
get-
Fuck you. I got Bruce. Fuck you.
Oh no.
You took Tom Selleck from me. I'm gonna take fucking
I
Bruce from
didn't
you.
take Tom.
You
Selleck.
took Tom Selleck
Remember,
from me.
guy. Here
we're
we go.
celebrating
We're
here.
celebrating. Okay, we're happy, Tony. Okay, we're happy.
This is how we
Who's in the
celebrate.
lead right now,
I don't-
Diego?
Nick is fucking destroying because this is his thing.
Wait. So what is the?
We're tied.
Is it tied?
Yeah, we're tied at 2.
You're
Nick's
tied
got
at
5.5.
Oh, Nick has fun.
5.5. Yeah,
That's true. I predicted this.
I did
predicted
too.
This.
I wasn't
Yeah.
even trying to play.
Yeah.
You're not helping Nick's ego right now.
No.
It's the size of this room right now.
So
Okay.
we
I feel
played
you, brother.
a group of friends of us got together and we played Nick in a movie trivia game, and Nick had to leave the room to put his daughter to sleep, and we basically all conspired to cheat so he would lose.
It was terrible.
Because he was every time we play movie games at him, he just destroys everybody.
There's a bunch of Judases. Fuck these guys.
He came back
it's
and
a
lost, and
curse-
he was like, "How did I
It's
lose?
a
I don't
curse
understand."
and a gift, my friend.
Exactly.
All right, here's the next question. Who has played James Bond the most?
Sean
Sean
Connery.
I think, but hold on, let me think.
Yep, who said Sean
I
Connery?
Oh, you took it. He just took a
No,
guess.
no,
That's not
I
fair.
didn't. You know what? I just texted this
I was
morning.
analyzing it in my
Let me tell you
head.
why I didn't just guess that, because I texted my boss this morning
Yeah.
a picture of Sean Connery recently.
Okay, cool. That
All right,
doesn't-
bonus question. Bonus question.
Yep.
How many times has he played James Bond? Because that's the
Six.
right
on.
answer.
6.
Shut up.
Nope.
8.
Hold on. Just stop guessing, guys. Let me
No, I
actually
think
count
it was
them.
6.
It's not a guessing game.
6. It's 6 or 4. 4. I think. No.
No, it's more
Five.
than
I'm gonna say 5.
Neither are correct.
It's close though. What's
But
that?
it's okay. All right, it's 7 times.
Ah.
Oh my gosh, I
That
was
was
one off.
close. I said 8.
All right, this isn't.
I
this
knew it was
isn't a
something
point-
like 7 or 8.
This isn't a points question, but I'm British. I have to ask, what's your best Bond?
Timothy Dalton.
It is his favorite.
I like Timothy Dalton a
It's-
lot. I wouldn't
it-
say he's my favorite. Sean Connery is
For-
probably my favorite.
I
You
love
love
The
Sean.
Living Daylight.
Yeah,
love Sean
right?
Connery.
Timothy Dalton's
Okay,
great.
for me, it's Sean Connery with Daniel Craig as a close second.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my gosh, I just said that with Nick.
Sean Connery is always going to be OG.
Yeah.
He's just the epitome.
He's just the iconic.
He's the epitome of what James Bond is.
Yeah.
Okay, but
You
hold
know,
on,
but-
Tony. I got a trivia question for you because I'm going to flip the tables on you. Who played the first James Bond?
George Lazenby.
Nope. He came after Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't Sean Connery. Somebody
So-
came. No, there was somebody before that.
You're talking about the one with Peter Sellers?
Yeah.
The
that-
slapstick comedy one? Yeah.
but he
Casino
played,
Royale.
David Niven played Jimmy Bond.
David Niven.
Sir
Yeah.
James Bond. So,
I'm sorry, that film is terrible.
dock him a day's pay for sleeping on the job.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right, good. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Does it really matter at this point?
Yeah.
Sure
This
does.
is fun.
You can make a
I'm
comeback,
having fun.
Diego.
Are you having fun?
Having a blast, man. Let's keep going.
All right, good. Oh, Nick is. All right. In Star Wars, the first Star Wars film that ever came out, who was the first character to speak?
Princess Leia.
Hold on.
Darth
That's wrong.
Vader. Darth Vader.
Yeah, I think
That's
he's right. I
wrong.
think he's.
No.
Hold on.
Oh,
Let
that's
me think.
wrong.
Let me think.
One more chance.
Are you talking about R2?
C-3PO.
It was a stormtrooper.
I'm saying C-3PO.
Unfortunately, Nick got it right.
Oh!
C-3PO.
C3PO.
It's when they're walking through the thing right before the escape pod.
Right, he is, yeah.
Hey, if you be quiet, I'll tell you.
No, the
The
storm.
first
Let him talk.
line-
Wait, go ahead.
Let him talk.
The first line uttered by C-3PO in Star Wars is, "Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure. This is madness." Sorry, I can't do an Anthony Daniels accent. All right, hold on.
I
bonus
thought it was a
question.
stormtrooper saying, "Ah!"
No.
No.
that's not
No,
the
it
thing.
wasn't.
Being shot.
Oh,
That's a
I
Wilhelm
missed
scream,
again.
anyways.
Bonus question. What year did it come out?
77. 1977.
That's the year I was born. You got it. That's why you're my
Dang.
boy, Nick.
You're my
All
boy,
right,
Blue.
Here we go. All right, here we go.
I ran out of paper
Next
for
one.
Nick.
All right, next one.
Yeah.
First movie appearance by Tom Cruise.
It's hold on, it's not Taps. It's
Whiskey?
it's Taps.
It is Taps.
Nope.
No, it's another
Nope.
one before that, but I don't remember the name
No.
of it. so I'm not
Oh
gonna
my gosh.
it's a movie you guys won't know. Trust me.
Taps
Cruise-
is fucking amazing.
It is,
by
but
the
it's
way.
like lose. It's not a movie you guys are gonna know. It's very obscure.
No, I know it because we brought it up. We looked at it. At
yeah,
one of the
but
podcasts,
it's like
and I remember it.
something
Anyone wanna guess?
style
No.
or losing it or something. It's got some weird.
No, Losing It came out in '83.
But it's literally is like got his shirt off in the movie. He's got jeans on in the little.
All right, what do you got?
1980. It's like 1980, right?
It's 1981, and you're right. He's in it for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
In Endless Love with Brooke Shields.
Yes, and he's got his shirt off, right? And he's wearing jeans in that fucking 2
I
minutes he's
don't
in
know
it.
why you're focusing on that detail.
Because it was the first time I seen him until Top Gun, and I love that scene. All right,
Oh, the homoerotic volleyball scene.
it's amazing.
That's what I said.
By the way, I fucking love Top Gun, so don't you dare.
Thank you.
I'm not anti. I just haven't seen it. I've seen it up at
Yeah.
Nick tried to get me to watch it, and we watched up to that scene, the volleyball scene, and then he was like, "We'll pause it here and then resume it tomorrow." And then that was like 3 years ago.
My wife watching Top Gun and enjoying it was a determining factor in our marriage. And that film
I'll have to watch it
that
before the
film
new
is
one comes
so
out.
Cheesy. It's so cheesy, but it's glorious 80s cheese. And I'm sorry, Goose and Mav,
Yeah.
every time. That is the one movie I sob like a little bitch in every time.
Totally.
That's awesome.
100%.
That's awesome.
100%.
All right, I'm gonna
R.I.P.
move on.
Tony Scott. Yep.
All right, here we go. Yeah. Damn it, Tony Scott. Anyway, made some great films.
Sure
All
did.
right, here we go. This one's like going way back, so we'll see. What was the first Disney animated movie ever made?
Sword and
Steamboat
Stone.
Willie.
Feature-length-
Steamboat Willie. I mean, technically, that was Disney. Steamboat Willie
No,
is what I'm going to say.
feature-length animated
Oh,
Sword-
movie.
Sword and Sword.
Fantasia. No, Sword and Stone was
No.
60s.
Oh,
Wait,
animation.
So wait,
animation.
sorry, I didn't get the
Oh,
question.
I know the answer. No, I know the answer. I'm going to fuck it. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
That's what I
fucked
was
it
gonna
up.
say,
I'm sorry.
but I didn't hear the. I
Then
didn't,
why didn't you say it?
what did you say? Like the
Yeah.
first Disney movie, animated film
The
ever?
first Disney animated feature movie ever made.
What's
I
Snow
couldn't be
White?
more
Nick
descriptive.
started talking, and I was gonna say Snow White.
I know.
Because that was like Steamboat
All
Willie
right,
wasn't Disney.
I fucked it up. I fucked it up.
He's way too cocky. It's Snow White.
It's
I've
true.
got so much alcohol, baby.
Nick's like making a drink right now. Like
I got the biggest bottle of
like
Jack
third
Daniels.
drink.
Hold on. I got the biggest bottle of Jack Daniels you ever seen in
does.
my hand right now, tipped into a
Oh,
glass.
drink
That's true.
something more classy, man.
Excuse me?
Jameson,
Hold
Macallan.
on, Tony,
Jack
quiz
Daniels.
time for you. John Daniels. He goes, don't you mean Jack Daniels? When you've known him as long as I have,
Daniels
son.
is like panda piss, man.
No. Oh, okay. I want to. You know what, Tony?
It does the job, though.
Calm
It's
down,
okay.
dude.
Panda
Calm
piss.
down.
No.
Calm down. Let's.
I'm a whiskey connoisseur.
Yeah,
so
but you
come
remember
on.
remember this movie quote where he goes, "I want it wall to wall with John Daniels." Don't you mean Jack Daniels? When you've known him as long as I have, son.
No, I have no idea.
I don't
I'm
Scent,
not a
Scent
fan
of a
Jack
Woman,
Daniels.
Al Pacino, Oscar winner. Oh, such
Dude.
Son of
All
a
right,
woman.
here I'm gonna do a tangent.
Yeah.
When that film came out, I fucking loved it. I tried to watch it last year, and it's so bad. I'm
Dude.
sorry.
Oh.
So
I feel like you just
So
speared me
bad.
through the fucking heart. That is one of my.
So
It's like my
bad.
top 10 movies. No.
Top
it's
10?
terrible.
Top 10.
One of his
Really?
worst
Same director, by
movies.
the way. No.
Yeah, Martin Brest, man.
Yes,
I mean,
Martin Brest.
amazing
I
director.
got a Beverly Hills
Chris
Cop poster
O'Donnell.
on my left.
Dude, I love Al Pacino, and when that film came out, I adored it. I fucking couldn't get through 20 minutes of it.
You
It
were
was
having
so
a bad-
boring, and he was such a caricature of himself.
You
It
were
was
you
so
were having a
funny.
bad day. You were having a bad day. You need to rewatch it. I'm telling you.
I'll try again. I'll
I
try again.
I
But
can watch.
anyway,
I watch that movie twice a year, 3 times a year, maybe.
question.
Okay.
For that question, we went on a tangent off.
I don't remember
What
what it was.
year did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs come out?
1937. 1937.
Diego, did I say that already? I think
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
No,
No,
you
you
never
didn't.
asked
No,
that.
you never
No, you
asked.
never asked the year.
No,
No.
you're clear.
Then he gets a bonus point.
Really? I'm so fucking surprised.
All right, we got a few more here. I want to wrap this up. Let's
Okay,
go.
we'll speed round this because we're running out of time. So go ahead. You do it.
I know. First movie appearance from Emma Stone.
First movie appearance from Emma Stone.
I don't even give a Emma Stone.
I want to say super bad, but I don't think that's their first. But I'm gonna say super bad.
That's right.
That's
Super
what I
bad.
was
I
What
didn't think that
year?
was the
Bad.
first, but okay, cool. You know, I'm thinking of a TV show. I think. Yeah.
What
okay.
year?
2007.
Damn, that's right.
Is that the bonus
Points.
question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He
All
just
right.
flipped 2 fucking points in one.
He's it's really between me and Diego
Okay,
now.
you're not just like you're not smart at this right now.
Nick's out of the game.
At this point, let's see who can win out of Diego
Let's-
and
let's
Neil.
see who
true.
can
You want
get
me to shut
second
up?
place.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
can
You
get
guys-
No,
second
no. You
place.
should answer if
No.
you know the
Okay,
answer because I didn't know that year.
Do you get to guess?
I'm
last,
really
okay?
surprised that I'm
I'll
1
guess
point
last.
ahead of you.
So they say it, but you don't say anything of who's right, and I get to guess last. But if I also get it right, then I don't lose a point. Is that what we're saying? Do you think?
Sure.
Who knows? I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
Because we're almost out of time.
Okay.
Good. Here we go. Next question. In his 40-year career, how many feature films has James Cameron directed?
Oh.
Woo!
And then there's going to be a bonus question.
Are you on your phone?
If you
No, I'm going-
if you
counting
can
my
name
fingers.
them. Yeah, don't.
But don't
Google
say-
No,
it,
no,
motherfucker.
Nobody has a
he's
phone.
counting his fingers.
I
I just
counted
couldn't
my
see for a
fingers. He
second.
just thought it was my phone. Jesus Christ. My fingers don't look like a
How many
goddamn
has he
smartphone.
directed?
All right, how many feature films has James Cameron directed? He's been making films since the 70s. It's nuts.
But he hasn't made that many in that amount of time. I'm
Well,
trying to
that's the question.
That's the
my
question.
friend.
He hasn't made that many because he takes a long time with his film because he's very delicate.
think. Yeah.
Steven Spielberg has made about 48 movies in
Yes.
that time period.
I'm
as an
gonna say
example.
27.
I don't think it's that many.
I don't even think it's that many, but that's all I got.
Neil,
like-
you want to do a guess?
No.
He's like a Kubrick. Hold on. I'm counting. I'm trying to count all the movies.
I'm gonna say
that
9.
I have a guess.
I will say. I'm just gonna say 11.
I got 8. I counted 8.
I count 9.
God damn it, Nick, you motherfucker.
Nick got it? It was
Yeah,
8?
Yeah, it was 8.
Wow. I
All right,
actually.
hold on now.
Piranha.
Nick,
Yes.
Nick, hold
Yeah.
on,
I remembered
hold on. Nick,
Piranha.
shut up.
Okay.
Bonus question. Let's see it, and I love you guys. But let's see if the other guys can name the 8 films.
Oh, I can do it.
Oh,
Go ahead.
that's easy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Piranha
Who's
2.
going first?
It's
Neil?
annoying that you heard me say it because I feel like you
No,
wanted
it's
to say
not.
it.
I knew
Okay,
Piranha.
okay,
That was
okay,
the
okay,
first
okay.
film.
Okay,
I-
go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Neil.
All right, Piranha 2, Terminator, The Terminator 2, and then The Abyss. That was the movie I couldn't think of earlier, actually. The Abyss, True Lies, Avatar, Titanic. How many is that?
7. You did 7.
This is
You're
one
missing
more?
one.
Aliens. What the fuck
Yeah,
am I
I'm
talking
like-
about?
I'm
How am I not
It's
remembering
his
Aliens?
favorite.
It's his favorite film of all time. and he
Well,
couldn't name it.
Aliens in the Abyss and Terminator 2.
Wait,
but really,
he did.
Aliens
He
in
made
the
his
Abyss
feature.
are probably
What's
like two
that
of my
feature
favorite
film that he
movies.
made
Piranha 2.
underwater?
That's
The
not. He didn't
Abyss.
direct that.
He did a
No, the other one.
documentary. Yeah. He did an
Yeah, it's not the
underwater
same. Yeah.
documentary.
No, didn't
It's
he?
not a feature.
Oh, he was a
It's not a
producer.
feature film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's produced several movies.
Yeah.
He
He's only
produced. Yeah, no, that's
directed
right. You're right. He produced that other film.
8 films.
Yeah.
Frustrating because now he's making like Avatar 1 to 25.
Yeah,
You know?
he said that like that's what he's gonna do the rest of his
The
life.
guy can do whatever he wants, and I'm gonna go watch it, and I'm
I
going to
am
be
too.
thrilled because he doesn't.
Oh,
miss.
yeah, man.
Let's be honest.
Well, half of
So
his
I
movies
stopped.
are in my top 50 movies of all time. so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've said it many times. I think the first Terminator movie is almost underrated when talked about his canon. Like I think that first Terminator movie is revolutionary and phenomenal. Like as an
it's
as an
incredible.
indie film, it's basically an indie film.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about Terminator, number one, it's a film that gets better and better. Number two, if you take away the sci-fi element,
Yeah.
it's basically like a horror movie.
Oh, completely.
Yes.
It's like a serious. It's fucking jarring. that
Love
movie.
it.
But
Love it.
T2 for me, T2's always been in my top 5. It's one of my favorite films.
I
And
agree.
The Abyss is one of the most underrated films.
Oh my
of all
God,
time.
yeah.
That film is incredible.
I grew up on
was-
that movie.
That resuscitation
Yeah.
scene with Ed Harris and
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth
Yeah.
Monstrano.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Even that scene
Incredible.
when she first interacts with the alien, that was awesome.
Incredible.
And it's just going around getting to know people. Oh, it's just it's
It's
amazing.
incredible. All right.
Yeah.
I've got 3 more questions.
Okay, we gotta
Okay.
roll through them then. Yep. Go ahead.
What is the first film ever to be given the PG-13 rating?
Temple of Doom.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit.
This is a bit of a trick question because everyone thinks it's the Temple of Doom.
Oh,
and that's the wrong answer.
Hold on.
Is it not Temple of Doom?
Nope.
Wow.
Hold
That's
on.
what I thought too.
I've told like 100 people that.
It's a Tommy Lee Jones story. Hold on.
I got nothing else but Temple.
You know what? We don't have time for me to think, so yeah, just go
All right,
ahead.
here we go.
Yeah.
So you're right. Temple of Doom and Gremlins outraged parents, which is why they then created the PG-13 rating, and Red Dawn in 1984 was the first film to be rated PG-13.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah, that's right.
Interesting,
Because
right?
if
Yeah.
you look at Temple of Doom, it says it's PG.
It's
I
85,
think.
and it's an 85
That's
film,
right.
so-
That's
yeah,
right.
you're
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What year was Forrest Gump, Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction, and Lion King all released?
94.
98.
94.
Oh.
That's right, 1994.
I knew it from the first question he asked. I just wanted
Fuck
to make sure.
Nick, you got like 2 fucking rolls.
All right, hey, what was the final score?
I don't even want. It's Nick
Read
a
it
lot.
out.
Nick a lot, a fucking lot, and
No,
between
numbers.
me and Neil, we got 3.
Count them up the exact numbers.
So yeah, I can't-
Ah, well,
six-
at least you guys tied.
yeah, he's got Nick has got 11 and a half, and Neil and I got 3 and a half. 3.
All right,
Oh, we're
I have-
tied?
I
We're
have
tied.
one-
I'm
I
all
have
right with that.
one
I'll take a
final
win.
Question.
Yeah.
I'll take a
I
win
have
on
one
the tie.
final
Take a win.
question.
One final question. Go ahead.
Just to keep the band together. Gentlemen, who's your favorite co-host on the podcast?
Doesn't keep the band together.
I am, bitch.
Elwood Blues.
I think
the Blues
we're-
Brothers.
I think we're all individually our own co-host.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Nick Gambino is my favorite co-host.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my computer because it records the whole damn thing.
And Neil's gonna.
Yeah, I'm my own.
Yeah.
Here's what
My
I
own
think.
favorite host.
I think Tiago is like Papa Podcast, Papa Bear.
Yes.
He kind of keeps it
Oh,
all
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
true.
Neil is like the adorable one who like makes fun choices, and then Nick's the cocky little kid. So you guys all mesh perfectly.
Perfect description.
That's good. That's good.
Nail on the head.
You've been
All right, guys.
you've been
Anyway,
awesome,
look.
Tony.
Oh, thanks so much, and look, huge congrats on 100 episodes,
Thank
guys.
you,
Keep
thank you.
going.
Yeah, thank you very
we can't
much,
wait to
man.
celebrate yours, man. I appreciate what you do, and thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Have a good one. I won.
Oh, is that what happened?
I won. So, because in my head, I said the answers after you.
I said it after I heard you say it.
Yeah, yeah. After you said it, it clicked. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was awesome, man. That was really. I
How
wasn't
the fuck you
expecting.
gonna say that was awesome?
I wasn't expecting
There's not
trivia.
even a halfway point with your points and our points. There's like Nick.
I could've
right
told
here.
you that
he
was
has his
gonna
own
happen.
country.
I'm
we
sorry, guys.
have our own
You
island.
should have. I literally
I know
said
that.
before we started that Nick was gonna.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
I will not compete
destroy
with him, and
everybody.
like
Yeah.
I've told him, I
Yeah.
do not like trivia, and especially against him.
Yeah.
He's
So-
he's like Game of Thrones when Sam walked into
But-
the library.
You know what? The one upside to playing with Nick is when he can't remember and you do. It's like
He
the
picked.
greatest
It feels
feeling
great.
ever.
Here's the thing. Yeah,
When
yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I can't remember," you know the answer.
And you're like, "You motherfucker,
You just
I
like hold
got
it
you."
back. You just, you don't give it to him, and he's like,
My
"I
wife and I
can't."
are watching this show, and this guy asked this other guy, this rich guy, to that runs studios and stuff, to borrow money to pay his tax because he didn't pay his tax.
Yeah.
It was $230,000, right? The guy is rich, and so he doesn't fucking care.
Yeah.
So he was like, "No, I'm fucking old. When is he gonna pay me this shit back? He can't pay me this shit back." So he said, "You know what? I'm gonna fuck with you. I'll give you the money. You don't have to pay a dime back." "No, I'm paying you back." "No, you don't have to pay me a dime." And it just started this whole fucking situation where that's the only way he can win against him, because he knows that he's so fucking cocky that if he can't pay it back, he's gonna have fucking problems.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was great. I mean,
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
So
Yeah,
we had,
super awesome.
so we had never done trivia on the show before. So thank you, Tony. That was great. So we did Spaceship. We had Tony, the movie guy, and next up, we have him calling very soon. Right
now.
Mike from MDX Pods, who's a big friend of the show. Hey, Mike.
Hello?
Mike.
Is this Nick?
This is
Nick?
Nick.
Nick, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Nick.
Nick?
Nick.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Nickelodeon. So, Mike, we're several drinks deep. You're the third caller now. We're excited to have you. We are celebrating. This is a celebratory podcast. We are videoing it at the same time. We may or may not actually release that because it's probably gonna be sloppy as shit. But
What do you mean sloppy?
thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, congrats on 100 episodes.
Thank
But
you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Don't pat yourself on the back too much, because there are a lot worse podcasts that have made it this far.
Burn. I like that.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know
I
how
can't
to
really-
talk to us. You know how to talk to us, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Keeping us grounded.
He's
Keeping us
honest.
grounded.
This is our counselor.
Right. Well, no, congrats. And I think I've got a couple things for you guys.
Good. Yeah, we're
That I've got some constructive criticism. I've got some stuff that I want to get off my chest, and I've also got a little couple of games I want to play with you guys.
Is this
Good.
an AA meeting right here?
Yeah, I love it. Good. Hit us with everything
All right.
you've got. And again, thanks for keeping us grounded.
Yes.
And I hope you shit on us mercilessly.
So, first off, Neil. You ready?
Yes.
You ready, Neil?
Yes.
This is directed for you.
Yes.
All right, man. When you guys first started doing the podcast, I've been listening since episode 1, like from the very beginning, and I thought you were the funniest one initially of these three. But lately, I cannot stand how you have to bring up Marvel in every episode. It could be Christmas. You could be talking about Schindler's List, and you will find a way to bring up Marvel.
You know what's funny about that? I was actually talking to Nick's brother yesterday or last night, and we somehow were talking about Thanos, and we got into this whole argument about how I thought that all the Marvel characters should stay dead, and he was like, "What, are you crazy? They should all come back." And anyway, it just keeps coming up, man. I don't know.
It
It's like
found its
so.
way to this one.
It comes up in every
it just keeps
conversation,
coming up,
even
yeah.
outside of the podcast, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Every episode.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point where I can almost guess when he's going to do it. I'm like, it's going to come up with right now. And I'm always right, typically right within about a minute.
I gotta keep Marvel honest. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's got to be a detractor.
Okay.
There's no detractors out there. Like everyone I talk to,
He's
loves,
the regulator.
Loves Marvel. I haven't run into actually like one person that's like, Diego, you love
Yeah,
Marvel.
Ethan
Because
Hawke.
they're
No,
good,
I-
fun
I'm-
movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, Neil, I got to move on to the other.
All right.
All right, Nick,
Yeah.
you're loud as fuck. And you never let anybody else talk.
Oh my
Well, I mean, tell me how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel.
Oh my god!
I love this. This is like Festivus.
Sometimes I have to lower the volume on the podcast because you're too loud.
Thank you. I actually
Criticism,
I edit the podcast, so I turn the volume up in post. So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hey Mike,
Oh,
let
okay.
me go get him a drink real quick. He needs one.
I'm like 4 drinks in. This is amazing. We have alcohol. We have.
Oh, nice.
I'm literally 4 drinks in. I have the biggest bottle of Jack Daniels you've ever seen sitting right
We
here.
knew
by
out
my
of the
glass.
3,
Why don't
it
you
was coming.
Drink something good, like Bullet.
Literally
fuck is
everybody
going
has
on?
said that.
Okay,
Everybody's
Mike. We just had Tony the movie guy on here, and he was shitting on my Jack Daniels choice as well. So I decided to I made a movie quote out of it, and he was like, "That movie sucks as well." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I quoted "Sensible Woman," which is one of my favorite movies, and he goes, "I think that movie's trash." And I'm like, "What the
We
fuck?"
need to cover Scent of the Woman on my podcast because that's a remake of like a French film.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah, it's been on our list to do for a while.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna get to that one.
Anyways,
Diego,
go ahead.
you
Tim.
ready for your
bring it, brother.
You know what? I actually really like everything you do. You're doing great.
You know what? I'm done. I'm getting up and I'm walking away.
I tried to protect the people.
Oh,
That's
man.
what's up.
Diego's the weakest link. What do you mean?
I protect the people.
Alcohol on me.
I think that there are times where Diego can't get his points across. But I think that's because he's dealing with you and Neil who don't listen.
That's true.
Hey,
I listen.
Mike, the thing about your opinions is you're not wrong. Okay? They are opinions.
No, I'm not kidding.
Mike, anytime you want to come on the podcast, just call in and you're welcome.
I don't work retail anymore and I'm off on weekends.
Good.
So
Bam.
I know you record on weekends. So
You know what's
let
gonna
me know.
happen?
I'm willing to come on anytime.
You know what's going to happen? Anytime Nick starts getting loud, I'm going to dial up Mike. Hey, Mike, what are you doing? Nick's getting out of control.
And he's
Let's
going to
do
cut my
this.
mic, is what he's trying to say.
No,
So
I appreciate that.
when Nick originally reached out and told me what you guys were doing, originally what I wanted to do was go through like all your versus episodes and tell you what my opinion was. But I realized this is your 100th episode. This is about you guys, so I don't want to like soapbox or tell you guys you were wrong on some of your decisions on your versus episodes.
Instead,
But I know I've
you
got
destroyed our character. I get it.
Right.
You-
Because there were times where I didn't agree. Actually, the one that did upset me was the episode that I was on, the Can DC Catch Up to Marvel and what we thought was going to happen in Infinity War. I was supposed to be the Stallone versus Arnold episode, and literally like a half an hour before we were recording, like, nope, we're doing this now. You guys blindsided.
Oh, that's right. We did do that, didn't we?
I do remember
You
that.
did.
Yeah.
We're terrible people by nature. It's not actually decision on
Right.
our part. It's natural instinct. We're terrible.
Right.
Yeah, we're basically the It's Always Sunny
So-
versus Seinfeld cast put into podcast hosts.
I understand, Mike. This is what I say all the time, is that Nick has great ideas for podcasts, and he has so many great ideas that when we're getting ready to launch one of them, he changes this to another idea, and we're like, damn it. So I
And
get
sometimes
it.
you guys latch onto it, and you're like, shit, I want to talk about that.
It's true. We'll have
Right.
like 5 ideas that we've been discussing throughout the week, and then we'll come to record, and then like 10 seconds before we start, it'll be like, oh, here's this brand new one, and then we're all just like, okay, and then we just start with it because we're like, we got to start recording.
There have been times where the last minute on Remake Rewind, we decide to randomly switch, and then we have to like shotgun 2 movies right before we record.
Yeah, because
So
you
it
rewatch all the
happens.
movies before you do your remake rewind podcast. You actually watch the movies, right?
I watch both of them every time.
Yeah, because I was just on your Magnificent Seven and Seven versus Samurai episode,
Yep.
which was awesome. That was a lot of fun.
That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Go ahead.
I got a couple things for you guys before I go. I wanted to tailor craft like games specifically for you guys.
Ah.
I'm gonna try to get through these quick. All right.
Yeah.
Bring it.
So Nick, you made a huge mistake on a recent episode. I got Patrick Stewart
God
and
fucking
Michael Caine
damn you, man.
confused.
Mike, shut up.
All right.
I've already owned up to it. Would you knock it off?
I know, and I appreciate it, but I just want you to not make that mistake again. So I'm gonna name a movie, and you just tell me whether it's Michael Caine or Patrick Stewart. in it, okay?
That's
All right.
funny. Okay.
And I'm gonna give a little clue, but I'm gonna try to get through these quick. All right?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So this is the film that helped create the superhero phenomenon that Neil loves. This is X-Men. Who's in this one?
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely Michael. Just kidding. Patrick Stewart.
All right. So the Prestige, the Christopher Nolan classic with a magical twist. Who's in that one?
Michael Caine.
All right. So this one's a little harder.
Yeah.
The Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts classic Conspiracy
Patrick Stewart.
Theory.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
I know my movies, and I could even tell you who wrote
All
and
right.
directed that. Brian Hegelin wrote that, and Richard Donner, Dick Donner as I call him, directed it.
Dick Donner.
All right. So this is a classic caper film.
Yeah.
The Italian Job.
That's Michael Caine.
It is. All right.
The original.
All right. Here's another one. Here's another one that a lot of people don't know, but I hope that you do. 1990s live action / animated classic starring Macaulay Culkin, The Page Master.
Oh shit! I haven't seen that since it came out.
Patrick Stewart.
I want to say dude. Who's asking the questions here? I was gonna say Patrick Stewart, but Diego said that. Go ahead.
That's Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
He played Adventure.
Yeah, it's funny. I haven't seen that movie since it literally came out.
Still good.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
the 1990s superhero noir film, The Shadow.
Michael Caine, I think, was in that. It was Alec Baldwin.
Nope.
No,
Trick
it's-
question. It was Ian McKellen.
I thought Michael Caine was in that, so I guess it was just another old British guy.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Exactly. All right. Last one.
I like when you
Garden
throw a
Gnomes
trick
Come to Life.
question in there. That's amazing.
Yep. Garden Gnomes Come to Life in Romeo and Juliet.
Oh man.
Fuck, who watched that movie over the age of 5?
I am
You have a
familiar with the
child.
film.
I do have a child. That's true.
It's not Patrick Stewart.
Michael Caine.
Nope. Both of them.
Fuck me! What? This is great.
That's
This is
another
good.
What did Patrick Stewart play?
Both of them.
You didn't
All right,
see
all
it.
right.
Shut up.
All right. So, Neil,
Yeah.
this is your game, and we're going to try to get through it quick. All right?
Okay.
One question for you, Neil.
Yeah.
I know you've seen Captain America Civil War.
Yes.
Tell me who's right, Team Cap or Team Iron Man? And I'm going to tell you why you're right or wrong.
So remember, Captain America
I'm trying to remember this
was
movie.
all about like the government and like let's like stay pro-government.
Oh, like who am I? Who
no, he was
I?
anti-government,
He
and
was
Iron
anti-
Man was pro-government, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
So
who,
basically,
who was
yeah,
right?
they had to register with the government and work for the government. Iron Man wants to, Captain America doesn't.
Captain America's
Who's
like,
right?
I saw this shit in World War II. I lived through World War
This
II. This
is
is
for
the same
Neil,
scenario.
Nick. This is
Do
for
I-
Neil. This
I'm
is what we
helping him
talk
out. I'm
about.
helping
You never
him
let
out.
other people talk.
Wait, hold on. Let me answer this for you. Take a seat, Neil. What I was
Well,
gonna
all right,
say
this
was
is totally opinion based. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer.
No, there's a definitive right
There's
answer.
a definitive right answer. I would say. I mean, I don't know. When I watched the film, I definitely sided more towards Captain America.
you're a hippie. That's why.
Okay, that is the right answer.
Okay, good.
So the reason being is in the previous movies, Hydra infiltrated all forms of government. So how could you trust a government entity?
Yeah.
Team Cap, man.
Yeah.
Iron Man was basically pro
All right.
Hydra in that movie,
See,
not knowing it.
Good call. There you
Exactly.
go.
there you
You
go.
do
right.
know Marvel.
I
There
do
you go.
know. I do know a little bit. Well, you know.
All right.
Diego, you ready for your game?
No, but let's do it anyway.
All right. So one of the things that you used to do, you stopped doing this a few months back. You used to open every episode with some sort of impression. So I've got a list of a couple people that I just want you to do an impression of, cold, all right?
This is gonna be so terrible. I can't wait.
Yeah,
Let's
here
do
we
it.
go.
They're all gonna sound Spanish.
I just remember
All right.
Caesar.
So first one, Ron Burgundy.
Anchorman.
I can't do it.
Come on, do it.
I can't do
If you don't think you can do it, pass.
Do it.
You
I
can
made a
pass.
terrible
I'll give you-
mistake. Try doing it. I made a
I
terrible.
give you
made
two
it.
passes,
I can't.
okay?
I can't do it.
You can do
I
the
can't-
eyebrows.
All right, you want to do a pass?
Yeah, I'll do a pass. I'm not good with
All
Will
right.
Ferrell.
All right. Godzilla.
Is that a?
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Oh shit!
All right,
That's like
all
a
right.
fucking
It's like
raptor.
a high pitch. Yeah.
high pitched raptor or some
So-
shit.
Yeah.
I'll give you an easy one that you've done before. Caesar the Ape from Planet of the Apes.
Caesar, I win.
He can't do it without whispering.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
like
problem.
whispering.
We're gonna have to jack
I
the
kinda
volume
heard
way
it.
up.
See.
All right.
All right.
Let's see.
That was good.
Do a Michael Caine.
Oh,
Michael Caine.
He's gonna fuck it up so bad.
I don't know how to do a Michael Caine.
Do it. Do it.
I don't know how to do a Michael Caine. It's just really-
Was that you doing
That's
it?
me
It sounds
fucking
like-
trying to get even
It
close.
sounds a little Sean Connery.
That's a
is
little.
what it
Shot.
sounds
Yeah,
like.
I always hit.
Shocking.
I don't even.
It sounds my
All right,
3-year-old
and then I'll
daughter doing
Just
Sean
doesn't
Connery.
make sense. Yeah, I always linger towards Sean Connery. I
He's-
don't know.
All right. So I'm going to give you a choice. We'll do one more, and I'll let you choose what you can do. So you can do Batman, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Robin Williams, or Christopher Walken.
Oh,
Oh, those are all
that's
good.
a good one.
Those
Yeah.
are all good.
Hi, Batman.
Oh my God, is that William Shatner?
Were you doing
Are you
William
doing- is that
Christopher
Christopher
Walken as
Walken.
Batman.
That's
Christopher Walken.
No, that's Captain
I'm
Kirk. That's
Batman
Captain Kirk.
because I can sit in the
That does
cave
sound like
and
Captain-
just do what I can do.
Oh
to help
Lord in
people.
heaven, help
Because
us!
Help
us,
am
Lord.
the Dark Knight. You just don't understand what I do.
That's just yes.
I'm gonna do an Our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as they trespass.
What is going on? Why are you doing the Lord's
We need
Prayer?
religion in here because this is so terrible.
I did Christopher Walken as Batman.
That was good.
I
That
don't
was
know.
good.
I don't know.
Yeah, initially it sounded like William
Listen,
Shatner.
Vicky,
back
Thank
then.
you.
did.
That's what I'm saying. William
Initially,
Shatner
yeah.
sounds nothing like Christopher Walken.
Vicky, babe.
Wait,
listen,
let's hear Arnold. You've done Arnold
Do
before.
Arnold. Do Arnold.
Get to the chopper.
All right, everyone. We must get to the chopper.
This is so bad. I'm leaving.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You don't know me. You don't judge me.
What is
I don't
that?
have no clue. I feel like it's a Tom Hardy mixed in with Arnold and a little bit of vodka.
Yeah, that's
It
probably
was almost
right.
like when Angelica on Rugrats did an Arnold.
There you go. I'm
There
going to
you
say
go.
that's accurately correct.
That's great. I like that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've had a couple of drinks and just throwing me on there. My brain goes into thinking and I just fuck up.
I like these little tailored games you brought. That
This
was
is
really,
great,
That was
yeah.
Yeah,
clever.
that's awesome.
That was very clever.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do something special for you guys. 100 episodes. Congrats.
We really
Yeah,
appreciate
doing
it.
And yeah, that's all I had for you guys. Congrats.
Thanks a lot, man. And if you want to take a second, we'll allow you to plug your podcast. We've talked about you a lot, name dropped you a bunch, but if you want to just take a second, you can totally talk about.
Sure.
We have 2 podcasts: Remake, Rewind, and Ruin.
We have 2, and I'm working on finding a host for a 3rd podcast that I'm kind of got
Nice.
in the incubator right now. So my main podcast is Remake Rewind. Nick and Diego have been on there. I still need to get Neil on there, but
Yeah, I do need to
pick
get
2
on there.
movies that have been. Yeah, I'm thinking I might make you wait until we get the X-Men reboot or the Fantastic Four reboot. Make you do a Marvel one.
Phoenix is
Nice.
coming out soon.
Yeah, they just dropped the Dark
yeah,
Phoenix
it's going
trailer.
to happen in the next year,
Nice.
I'm sure. So, yeah, we take 2 movies that have been remade or rebooted, and we just compare them. We don't necessarily decide which is better. We just take 2 movies that are based on the same source material and just talk about them. The other podcast I do with my wife, Katrina, she is called Room My Childhood. It's one of those just kind of a nostalgia podcasts where we watch something that we liked as kids and then just rewatch them as adults and see if they hold up. And we do have a hard cutoff date. We don't do anything past 2001 because that's when we're 13. We feel like under 13, you could still be a child, but once you're above that, we don't really count it. So we specialize in movies and TV shows prior to 2001.
Nice.
Cool.
Good. Yeah, they're fantastic podcasts.
They are.
I've listened to both of them, like pretty much every episode. We've like he said, we've been on your episode, we've been on your podcast, and you're a big friend of the show. We kind of started around the same time period, I want to say.
Yeah, I was trying to go through and figure out how we got hooked up. Like,
I think
because it's been since
Twitter.
basically the beginning. I
Yeah.
remember. I think I may have just saw like you guys on the Potter and Family hashtag on Twitter.
Yeah, I think that
Because I
I think
listened
we
to-
linked up through Twitter. I think that's originally where
was
we
Yeah.
Twitter.
because
I
it's a
remember
big
talking
podcast kind of.
I went through Twitter and Instagram and my email to find like the first contact, and it was like March of like 2017, which is
17,
when
yeah.
both of us started our podcast. So I think it was like right at episode 1 on your guys' like Mel Gibson
Yep.
directorial, maybe doing the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because that's
episode
when we
and-
launched. We launched in March 2017. Yeah, so that was almost 2 years ago.
And that's when we launched as well. So for whatever reason, I think I reached out to you. It's like, hey, if you guys ever want to do a collaboration, we're both new. Like,
Yeah.
hit me up. And we've been talking since basically day 1.
Yeah, and you've been a great friend of the show. We name dropped you a bunch, like I said, and we really appreciate you. You
100%.
listen to us, we listen to you as well, just as fans and as listeners, and it's been great. And we appreciate people like you that have helped kind of just keep us motivated, get going, and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome to just see all these incredible minds just doing this podcast.
Yeah.
You're doing your podcast, and when I went on your podcast, and everybody, Double D, it's been a while, so I forgot everybody else's name, but
It was Dustin.
Dustin, that's
he had
right.
a kid, so he took some time off the show.
yeah. And everybody just had a great perspective. We talked about Batman. Batman
you guys
Returns.
Yep.
Did all the
Yeah,
Batman
yeah, and
Batmans,
it was really fun, and I enjoyed it. And they they just come at you with such great perspective in films, and then you can see that they know their shit.
Yeah.
So, I would love to be back on again, and anybody that's listening to our podcast, please go share the love and listen to them and see their stuff going on.
Yeah.
Aww.
All right. Well, we'll have a drink in your honor, Mike. Not that you're dead. It sounds like you're dead, but thank you.
Pour one out for the homies.
Yes, thank you very much for, you obviously brought that stuff completely on your own. Like we said, surprise us, and you definitely delivered. So thank you very much for coming on, Mike.
Look forward to listening to the episode, guys.
Absolutely.
Have a good one.
All right, have a great one, man.
Bye.
All right, bye, guys.
Wow, what a goddamn episode. This was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna cry.
Now,
This is probably gonna be the longest episode.
it might be, maybe. Well,
Maybe.
probably.
It's-
It might be the alcohol talking, but
It
I
might
had
be.
I had a blast in this
Fucking
episode.
Nick got his fucking wish. He's fucking almost 2 hours.
I did say I want to do like a 2-hour episode. It's the 100, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Let's do 100 minutes.
Well, it's the 100, and then we're gonna hit the 2-year mark, which is also I
Crazy.
feel
Oh,
like
wow.
significant.
That's significant.
Wow.
We actually, it has been the 2-year mark because we started doing test podcasts like January, February.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we didn't release our first 2 or 3 that we recorded
because
we
the
were,
audio.
holy
We
shit.
started,
go back
we
and listen
started
to those,
talking about the
actually.
November before it.
The first one we ever did, we did it in that room. No, we did it in this room.
Yeah,
we're in
that
Diego's
was-
home.
yeah, it was here.
Yes.
This is
It
where
was
we
here.
always
No, it was
record
in
our
the other room.
podcasts.
Was it in the other room?
Yeah.
No, the
You know
first
it
It was the
was.
other room.
No. First
It
episode was
was.
in this room. It was nothing in here.
No, no.
We moved over to your other room, and then we moved back to this one. But this one, we sat in the middle of the room with one mic
Yeah.
and all crowded in. I'm sitting here going, what the fuck do we have one mic for? What are we doing?
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
just wanted to get the kind of... We wanted to feel it out. We wanted to get our voice and sort of start talking. I remember we talked about The Hunted, which was Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro, how much I hated that. We started talking.
You hated that movie?
Yeah, that was the kind of
It's a great movie.
No, fuck that movie.
You crazy.
Okay, we're full circle.
Go watch it on Amazon Prime. It's really good.
No, it's terrible.
It's
But anyways,
it's better than you remember.
okay. But what I remember is that we talked about that. We talked about, I think we talked a little bit about Ridley Scott being a great director.
Yeah.
Because your brother the night before had said it
Yeah.
sucked. So I just remember we kind of just freewheeled a bunch of stuff. And we were like, okay, that was us just getting our voice. We never released that. We never intended to release it. We just wanted to see how it sounded and what we needed to do.
Oh
And
no,
I-
it was he didn't say Ridley Scott sucked. He said it was a comparison between Ridley Scott and James Cameron.
He never said that. That's the bullshit. That's the lie. No, the thing he said was,
He said that's the
Ridley
bullshit,
Scott
that's
sucked.
the lie.
No, we ended up with
No,
the
he
James
said James
He just
Cameron
movie
was
lined
better
you.
than Ridley Scott.
No, he never said
I think
any of
that was yeah.
we ended up getting into James Cameron separate, and then he said he is better than Ridley Scott, but that wasn't the conversation. The conversation started with him going, "Can we talk about how terrible Ridley Scott is?" Anyways,
Oh yeah, because he hated Prometheus.
yeah,
I think.
but we digress.
All it
Point
takes is one
being,
movie.
We talked about that in this first. I would want to say this is the unreleased pilot episode of Get to the Podcast.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talked about that. We had one mic huddled around
We should
it.
clean it up and release it.
That's terrible.
Why not?
Because it's a money grab. It's a money grab. We're not going to
It's
do
a
that.
money grab.
But you like this podcast makes us
Just
money, right?
so people know, we are all millionaires as a result of this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Anyway, so
That's
that
why-
we've come a long way. I can't believe it's been
I
almost.
bought
it's
my
basically-
first boat
That's right.
Yeah.
because of this podcast.
You're only on
You
your
talking
first-
about little remote
Yeah.
control
I'm on
shit
my
that
third.
you
I'm on my
do?
third. I'm on
that
my
little
third.
remote control shit that you do over there at the
Yeah,
little
no, I
lake
mean,
that
you
you-
Yeah, it's a little guy. I got it at Target.
But I can't believe it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
It's really been a blast. It's been kind of crazy. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, we've had our good episodes, our bad episodes. We've fought over a
all
lot
been
of
good.
things. There's never a lack of subjects to talk about. We've
Yeah.
had some great friends.
Yes.
We've had some great guests on the podcast. We've had
Yes.
actual guests like Mike and now Tony the Movie Guy and Spaceship.
Yes.
But we've also had interviews we've done with like Bradley Pierce
Yeah.
from Beauty and the Beast and
Jumanji,
Jumanji,
yeah.
and then we've had Bill Allen from
Yeah.
Born on
Rad.
the 4th of July and Rad.
Yeah.
You know, we had Gary Goddard who directed
Masters of the
Masters of the
Universe.
Universe. Anyways, we've just had a lot of people on this podcast. We have a lot more we're intending to
Yeah.
have on in the future, and we just had a great time. Want to thank everybody for listening. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Thank
I just
you.
want to spark
Yeah.
this episode a little bit. Remember what Mike said?
What do you say?
Shut the fuck up.
Holy shit! You can't.
No.
even
He
get
said he was
sentimental.
too loud. He said he was
can't-
too loud, and he doesn't let other people talk.
Can't
That's
even
what he
get
said.
sentimental.
No.
Well, that's why,
No.
because you let this guy talk
I'm
and he
going
stutters
to-
his way through every fucking sentence. So
I'm-
here's to you, Diego. Break this fucking bottle over your head.
You see that gunshot behind your head?
I'm good. I'm ready for it.
Look at
the wall.
It's in the wall. No, man, it's been great. It really has, man. I mean, we've done a lot of good things. We definitely have we have a different mindset for how we see movies. That's incredible. I love it. I love the fact that you just totally destroyed us in trivia, but it's awesome to see that our knowledge of films is totally different and comes from a different perspective and comes from different experiences, and we all bring that to the podcast, so it's super fucking awesome. But let me ask you guys, in this podcast, we always ask people, what they want to see within our podcast, what they want to see us do and stuff like that. Let me ask you guys, this 2019, what up? What do you want to bring to the podcast in 2019, Nick?
Jesus Christ. I mean, I like, what we do, but I would like to see more people coming on. I had a lot of fun. This is the first episode we've ever had more than one person appear on the podcast.
Yeah.
This was really a blast. I liked having other people's perspective and actually letting them kind of like launch us into something.
Yeah. I love the unknown.
Each person came with something completely different too.
Yeah.
Spaceship, Tony the movie guy, and Mike. Nobody overlapped. Yeah. This was great. We told them, surprise us. Come with something ready. And they all fucking delivered like in spades, and I really like that. So I wouldn't mind get more. We definitely want to have each of these guys back on, but I'd love to see more guests. That was great.
Yeah. I literally was going to say the exact same thing. Like it would be a lot of fun to just try to get more guests on here because it's so insightful because you're interviewing somebody or even whoever. Just you're getting this whole different perspective, and if we're talking to like somebody in the industry, it's like you're hearing things that you would never read about somewhere. It's like their personal experience. Like when we talked to Bill Allen and he was talking about like Bruce Lee, like it was
Brandon Lee,
or Brandon Lee, It was like crazy.
Yeah,
this is like nuts that we're having
Bruce
this
Lee's
conversation
son,
with him.
who died during the Crow, and just kind of him giving his.
They were close.
They
friends
were best
and,
friends.
Yeah,
that's just
it's
crazy.
Just nuts. Yeah. But that kind of stuff, like you would never. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then now we're having this like early Sunday morning conversation with this guy who had to tell Brandon Lee's mom.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. That kind of stuff is crazy to me. Like it's really cool.
That was a part of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
This is just always been very significant for us. We all grew up on movies. I would say movies almost raised me. I will say that literally to a degree. I learned a lot from movies. A lot of my education even came from film because I was watching such more adult films as a kid. And when you do that, you learn things that you don't learn from anywhere else.
Yeah.
And talking to some of these people who were part of those films is like getting a glimpse into your childhood and like what made it up.
Yeah, yeah. And
yes.
I told Nick after we finished doing the Gary Goddard interview, I was like, "That's it. Like, what else? I mean, I'll keep doing the podcast, but like,
that was your ultimate.
Yeah, we've reached the peak. Like, I mean,
done.
if we talked to like Steven Spielberg or something, like, that would probably be like the next.
Yeah, but that he was the director of one of your favorite.
Yeah,
films of all
I
time.
like grew up and like Masters Universe was like one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
growing up. So being able to talk to, and honestly, I didn't even have any questions. I just wanted to like hear him talk about the movie. Like that was kind of cool to get that insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I love it. I love listening to people's perspective and how they see things.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the things that I love, and it kind of makes you look at it a different way. But like, oh my gosh, I actually missed out on that part of the film or on that perspective of the film.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
the
super
creative
awesome.
process that creates it.
Exactly,
That goes into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well-
I totally agree that I want to have more creative minds, people that are involved, not necessarily in the front scenes of the film, but in the back.
Yeah,
because
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I want to hear what the lighting crew had to go through. I want to hear what the cinematographer had to come up with. I want to hear what the editor thought process was when it came to putting the film together. I love hearing that's my fucking trivia shit right there. I love hearing the technical aspect of a film and hearing how it's put together. I just receive that shit like crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's my
It could like change the whole film. Like
Yeah, it can.
There was that Star Wars series. It was this guy on YouTube put together this whole video on the Star Wars A New Hope.
Yeah.
Where he basically explained how
Editing saved the movie.
Yeah, the entire film was completely different. George Lucas's vision of the film was completely different than what ended up in theaters.
Yeah.
Because George Lucas's wife and
Editing
co-editors, we're like, this movie's a mess. Like, we can't release this. So they re-edited the film, changed the whole beginning of the film and the way like certain scenes were revealed. And they even looped things. They changed, like, created threats that weren't there that they never filmed. They like used the same scene again where it showed like the back of something, but added different dialogue. They did this. They completely changed the fucking movie, and it's like it's just mind-boggling to me that is what totally changed the movie.
And I love that movies are a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, these aren't just magic that occur. There are people behind the scenes, usually hundreds, if not thousands, of people doing things that results in this end product that we love. And that's why when we go to theaters and we go, it's trash or it's great, it's like that's not enough. Like, with how much effort has been put into this movie,
you're right.
Let's go into it a little deeper. Let's find out the work that went into this. You know what I mean? If you knew your friend, it took forever for him to fucking mold, create this table or carve this thing out of wood. If it's not great, you don't say that's trash. You go, okay, cool. Well, like, what did it take to do this? Okay, interesting. Like, that's minimally, right?
Yeah.
See, I always fight not. Sometimes you're in the moment and you'll say, oh, I hate that film or things like that. But I try never to say things like that because I understand the process and how many people are behind just to try to bring a vision to life. And sometimes it just doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't come out like you thought. It's, I was always taught that, the script is one vision, then the editing is another vision. What it comes out to be seen is a totally different vision.
Right.
Because it's totally three different perspectives that you see, from the writer to the to the cinematographer to the director to the editor, then out to to see it to the viewers. And so I always try to, if I say I try to take it back, and I'll even see the movie twice. I love, a lot of people I know a lot of people that I went to school with does this. I don't know if a lot of people do this, but I love watching a film without sound. Because I literally understand the editing in that form.
Right. You can pay attention to the visuals,
the editing, and to see what was going on with the film.
It is interesting if you can watch a movie without the soundtrack. I don't know, like I don't know how you would pull that off, but I feel like it would just completely change the experience. Being able to not no sound, but like just the audio, like just the actors speaking.
Yeah.
And video or whatever, but like no, you can have sound effects, but like no swelling scores or anything like that. And it's like it's a totally different movie. Yeah. And some films I think hold up, and then others start to fall apart when you pull the music away from them.
Right. It brings a different perspective on the film.
So I think that's what we've loved, is just we're movie lovers. We honestly, we try not to, as movie lovers, I feel like it's important not to trash things too much. And I think that's why we've enjoyed this so much and why we've gotten to 100 episodes. We've never missed a week since we launched.
Yeah.
We've done it. It's a weekly podcast, and we've done every goddamn week. And I think it's because we love movies, and we stay with that we're not too negative about it. We can get negative with each other, but it's all in fun, in jest.
Oh, we just get negative on each other's opinions sometimes.
Yeah, but I think with regard to the movies, we try to be positive, and I think that if we were negative this whole time, I feel like we wouldn't have lasted this long. You know what I mean? Just like I would be like, this is not a good experience
about certain directors and
because
certain
I always
films,
try to say, like, if I don't like a film, I try to
acknowledge.
I'm still trying to acknowledge why it's still good.
Positives,
Why did people like it?
Yeah.
There's
like you hate Inception.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I
I
didn't hate Inception.
I just rewatched that. Like
but
3
I
days
understand
ago.
why people like it.
So good.
It just didn't trigger with me. But
I don't even know
understand
how.
why
All right, you know what? Fuck you. I'm done with this podcast.
He reeled me in. Yeah, and I understand.
That's what we do. We bait each other. We all have. The thing is I feel like the podcast wouldn't work if we didn't at least have some differing opinions.
Yeah, we were all.
That's what makes it fun. Like, I want to understand why you didn't like something I loved, and you want to understand why I didn't like something you loved. You know what I mean?
By the way, bringing that up, let me tell you what happened this last week.
Yeah.
My boss asked me, hey, how's the editing on this project going? I send them the poster of Inception because the project made no fucking sense.
Inception makes sense. See,
I was telling him how complicated this project was becoming.
Yeah.
It was so complicated that I did not want to touch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and I sent up the Inception poster in the text, and he laughed. So, yeah. No, but it's great. No, I love films. We all love films. We all come with different perspective, and I love it. And I even when we fight, we bicker amongst each other on each other's perspective. I still respect everybody's perspective here.
Yeah.
You know, because you do come from a type of knowledge and a passion for films. So,
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, I love you guys. 100 episodes. We've always done it together in the same room. None of us have missed. Like, it's not like we did it with two of us and the third one missed it.
We did do it at the office.
No, but we've always been in the same room.
Yeah.
No, we haven't always been in the same room, but
anybody?
we've been in the same room.
Always be together.
Definitely not always. We're gonna break up at some point.
Anybody?
This
Can
man is
anybody
gonna
just
go
name
to
the
fucking
movie?
shit at some point.
Anybody naming the movie?
Yeah, it's Grease.
All right.
We know that.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, he didn't know that because
What?
No, he's never seen Grease.
I know that song.
Baby. Okay, honey.
I was gonna
Okay.
say Ditto.
Ghost.
Yeah,
Ditto.
Ditto.
That's what he said. I love you. Ditto. Why don't you ever say I love you?
I could
Same
just
thing.
say I know.
Yeah. Ditto. When she stops and
But
she
you get
turns
the
around.
I know.
Huh?
I know.
Yeah. Me and Callie have literally done the I know
For
forever.
like 10 years.
Forever.
Oh,
I know.
personal life.
Well, because it's from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. But also, you know what it's
Ad-lib.
from? Ad-libbed.
Yeah.
You know what it's also from? It's from a sketch in Saturday Night Live where Mike Myers and Nicole Kidman plays these little kids on the playground. And she goes, I love you, you know. And she goes, I love you, I know. I got too many drinks in me. She goes,
This guy's lit over
yeah,
here.
he goes, I love you, you know. And she goes, I know. So that's actually what we would do. I love you, you know. I know.
Yeah.
So it's a thing where it's cute. But anyways, we've always done that. Anyways, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
100
Thank
episodes. Let's try and get to the next
Thank
milestone.
you guys.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Let's try to survive to like the 2-year mark.
I'm gonna kill you at the end of this episode. You think I was kidding about the suicide pack? I'm gonna It's gonna be a murder suicide pack now.
Suddenly,
Dude, we gotta like escape this snowstorm coming.
I can't. We gotta get out of here before it fucking we get snowed in.
3
I do
second
not want to
pause.
be stuck at Diego's house.
3 second
Why
pause.
not, dude? Food's amazing.
That's really good food.
Yeah.
Your wife has amazing pork
she's
bellies.
an amazing cook.
She
She's
made us
amazing.
these celebratory pork bellies, and
And
you
the
made this
cookies?
Brazilian drink.
The
and
cookies,
cookies.
the Christmas
She's
cookies.
amazing.
Oh my god.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Oh my God.
You done good,
I said
Diego.
I'm latching this one.
She's better than you. I actually have no animosity towards her.
Wow. This motherfucker right here. All right. I guess I would try to end it with a different
Outro?
I'm trying to figure out an outro
Or do it the same, because
or
it's been the
voice.
same for 100 episodes.
There we go.
That's true.
All right.
That's true.
I would like to say
This is not even a thing.
no, it's not a thing. No.
He can't even do.
I-
Just do whatever you're gonna
This-
do, and I'll try to.
This
bite my
is
tongue.
I would just like to say thank you for coming to the podcast. And it's a
don't even know what
very
it
good
is.
podcast. And it's a get to the podcast. And it's with the number 2.
Oh, real quick.
And-
Why don't we do this? Because I'm just gonna cut you off.
Yeah.
How about this? Because if loving the Lord is wrong, I never want to be right. I never What's the movie? What's the movie? What's the movie? What's the movie? It's related
to America?
Vampire.
Yes, but did you hear last night? Coming to America 2 is like official.
It's official.
They're doing
What?
it.
They
They're
changed
doing
it.
Eddie
it.
Murphy?
They changed-
Eddie
yeah.
Murphy and
They
all the
changed
original
it.
cast.
Sure, they're not
James
gonna
Earl
replace him
Jones
with like Kevin Hart.
He's gonna play Akeem, and it's gonna be James Earl Jones
Is
and
this
all
real?
these. Yes,
Yes.
As
Wow.
of last night,
Here we
so
go.
it's relevant to this.
I'ma
So
try to do
now
that.
do it.
I'll try.
Do the Arsenio Hall.
I just like to say that I want to thank you for coming to Get to the Podcast, which is Get to the Podcast with the number 2. And I want to thank you for coming and listening and loving and doing what you do here with me, here with Nick, here with Neil. My name is Tego.
I'm Nick.
And
And I'm Neil.
goodbye to you.
Amen.
Good luck.
Amen. Amen,
I
brother.
don't know if I should be offended by
Amen,
this.
brother. Amen, brother.
Amen.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
Amen.
brother.
Thank you.
This is nice.
Thank
This
you.
is very nice.
We love you.
This is
My hair
nice.
feels like it has
was great. This is
oil in it
just-
right now.
I love it. I love it. I just
It's
really
so glow.
love it.
So glow.
This is beautiful. This is
Soul glow, that's what it
So-
is.
so glow. It's so
Celebrate.
beautiful. This is nice.
It could be
Oh man, I gotta watch this
good.
movie again. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen Coming to America in forever.
Still here? It's over. Go home.